Hello, how is everyone? Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Question of the 21st century, can you see my screen? Yes. So just a quick little introduction. My name is Emily Carpenter. I'm the Director of Marketing at Digital Retail Partners. And with me presenting today is Chyna-Davis, who is our content strategist and wonderful copywriter. Today, we're going to give you a pretty high-level overview on creating reels and what we're seeing in terms of trends and the ever-changing landscape of social media. So to kick it off, what are reels? What makes a great reel? What can you do to boost your reels? A visual step-by-step on how to actually post a reel and tips and tricks that we like to share with our clients. And then finally, are reels right for your brand?
Alrighty. So what are reels? You see them across your feed. You might personally create them. They're unavoidable, trust us. But reels are short form videos between 5 to 90 seconds. While some reels can be much longer, but you can prove your business. You can repurpose long form content, older videos, older photos. You can quickly introduce your followers to your brand, and you can share some important tips and tricks.
Reels in 2023. As I'm sure you all know, the Instagram algorithm changes basically every single day. And what we know for a fact in 2023, because Instagram CEO has let us know, is reels are a priority in the algorithm. So there's no way you're going to get away with creating just static content in 2023 and get the exposure that you want for your brand. What are they good for, right, in 2023? The first is to generate leads. We all know this. Social media is top of funnel marketing. And if you use a reel, it's great to increase your reach, your engagement, and your followers. Followers is kind of a cosmetic KPI in today's world, because what you really need to focus on is your reach and engagement. Even though they're not following you, they will see your reel, and there's a high chance that they're going to engage with that reel. Reels are an excellent way to generate those business leads. If you go through Instagram, there's a save feature, and a lot of people are saving your reels just for sounds, but eventually will go back and look at the content that you're producing and learn more about your brand. And then the more reels you put out there, the higher chance you have of being seen in Instagram's algorithm. It also gives followers a visual understanding of why your products are relevant or valuable. You can speak about your brand until you're blue in the face, but if your content's not short and sweet and to the point, your audience isn't going to listen. They do have a very short attention span, especially if you're scrolling through Instagram. How do you find inspiration for a reel? Everyone is not creating these guys from scratch. They all source inspiration from somewhere. Your real content should be unique for you. So even if you do source inspiration from, we've got outlets here listed like TikTok or just your real feed or even Pinterest, make sure that you're not copying and you find a way to stand out from the crowd. What I like to do is when I find something that I like and Chyna is like, hey, I think we should do this video, we brainstorm for about 20 minutes on how we can make this reel unique to digital retail partners and stand out for our brand. Do your research. Research is key. In today's world, Instagram's going to change every single day. What's popular today is going to fall off the grid tomorrow, which is why, believe it or not, you have to be on social media at least an hour a day just to see what's trending. Do your what's in and out. So if you want to take a note here, your do's and don'ts. Do real captions, short, sweet, and to the point. The time of long paragraphs is out. No one's taking the time to read them. Popular hashtags. I know it says under don'ts, don't use over 30 hashtags. That's true. Instagram's seeing cute hashtag stuffing and saying, you know what? Not all of this is in your reel. We're not going to feature you. So be pretty particular as you can when you're adding your hashtags. Think of it from a user standpoint or as someone who wants your ideal customer, right? If I'm your ideal customer and your niche is marketing, I'm going to hashtag marketing, but if it's a post about SEO or even reels, I'm going to make sure those hashtags are relevant to what's in the post. And I'm not going to hashtag stuff with over 30 hashtags. And then audio. A little later in this presentation, we're going to show you how to find trending audio and to see the reel count, because that matters. Right now, if an audio has over 100,000 reels associated with it, it's not considered a trend anymore, which may sound crazy, but that just means it's overused. In terms of the don'ts, again, over 30 hashtags. Don't use old reel trends. I'm sure if you are posting reels now, you have some of those really pretty videos where you're pointing to captions as it pops up on the screen. I'm sorry, that's out. Again,
Have to do that now.
again, that's staying ahead of the trend, and people they're getting kind of creative and putting their own spin on those pointing videos. And then finally, don't be inconsistent. I'm sure you're well aware that if you want to reach engagement, or if you want to have good reach and engagement on Instagram, you've got to show up every single day, whether that's a story, replying to DMs, engaging on a post, or engaging on other people's posts. But in terms of reels, we like to tell our clients to post 2 to 3 reels a week. That may sound overwhelming, but if you patch your content, which when I say that, we like to make a handful of reels at the beginning of the month that we can spread out through that month, which makes it easier and more digestible and less time consuming for my team when we're posting our reels. Key insights. So we pulled this data from HubSpot and Instagram and Meta themselves. Number 1, Instagram Reels increase your engagement by 22%. And you heard what I just said, engagement and showing up on the platform is important. So why are you not posting Reels compared to regular videos? And Meta also indicates that 675 million users can be reached with ads on Instagram Reels. And if you guys don't know, Meta is the parent to Instagram and Facebook. Fact number 2. 91% of active Instagram users watch an Instagram video every single week. There's no way around it. If you're scrolling through your feed, you've seen probably 6 reels pop up in a matter of minutes. That's a fact. You can't get around it. If you're not posting a reel, you're not being seen. Number 3, 2 billion people interact with reels every single month. And it's projected that Instagram will have 2.5 billion monthly active users in 2023. Now, this statistic is worldwide, but it's a few hundred million in the United States. And even if you can capture a tiny sliver of that pie, you're probably already reaching more than who you are currently reaching. What makes a good reel? So if you're not already taking notes, write this down. The first is trending music. You've heard us talk about it. It's very important. I'm going to show you on this next slide how to find that trending music. The second are marketing tools to make your life easier. You don't have to start from scratch. You can use a template on Canva or InShot. InShot is an iPhone app. Canva is a tool that you can pull up in your browser or your phone and easily look at all their templates and use one of them, because you don't have to start from scratch. Be on brand. Don't just say, you know what, this guy made a reel about how to make a pie. I think that's pretty relevant because my brand sells flour. Cool, but how is that relevant to your brand? SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. And this year, it's finally been announced that Google is going to take into account what you're posting on Instagram as your brand. So I know it's crazy. Your captions not only have to be short and sweet and to the point, but they also have to be SEO optimized. And I'm not telling you to keyword stuff your captions. Don't do that. Just be straightforward and explain what's in your reel. and also add your brand name. So it'll show up in SEO. Aligns with your content strategy. This goes back to the on brand point. Again, don't just post to post. Make sure it's aligned with your content strategy. Most brands have about 5 to 6 buckets that they refer back to when posting content. Be authentic, be yourself. People love it when you're authentic. They love seeing you, and they love knowing that there's a person behind a brand. But as I say that, you don't always have to be on camera. I'm not asking you to go do a silly dance. I'm not asking you to go and do something crazy because that's trending on TikTok. You can use photos that you've already have of your product. You can use behind the scene videos of a photo shoot or a project or your a warehouse or a production line, whatever you have. Or, you know, other concepts. Again, you don't always have to be on camera. And then, like I said, using tools such as Canva or InShot are going to make your life easier because they've got the templates and they've got unique transitions, even text, so you can make sure it's your brand font and other features that, again, are just going to make your reel creation so much easier and so much faster. If you look at your content right now, there's a good chance you already have a handful of reels you can utilize with images or videos you already have. All right, Chyna, let's tell them how to find that great audio.
Oh, yes. So there are a number of ways that you can find Instagram audio. The best way, or our favorite way, is to go to the bottom of your homepage and click the Reels icon. Trust me, you can get easily overwhelmed. There are a lot of videos with good trending audio. You just have to go to the bottom of the video and click the audio link, and it'll take you to a screen that looks like this. So here we have 3 examples of trending audios that are currently amazing. The most important thing to look for are the amount of times that the audio has been used in your reels. As you can see, they're below 100K. Why? It increases your chances to go viral and increase reach. So the number of people that come across your brand or your profile. And to save the audio, which most people inquire about, you would go to the upper right-hand corner. The first icon will allow you to send it to yourself if you're on your personal account and see something that you like. You can click the second icon if you want to save it directly to your business profile. And the third icon, you can click that and you can copy the link and it'll take you somewhere else, but not pictured here. In some apps or some versions of the Instagram app, they might also recommend different audios to you that you can also select. If you like the audio, you might not be able to use it if you have a business account versus a personal account.
Mine doesn't look very.
No, it's on some versions, it's different for everybody. Yeah, this is a business account version.
Oh, okay.
We can look at that one after. Yeah.
Again, Instagram makes it as easy as possible to find trending audio and to get in front of people. Real step by step. So on your screen here is the Digital Retail Partners social media account, and we wanted to post a reel about the top 3 software or apps that we use. Once you're on this screen, I'm sure everyone has seen this homepage on their own app. You hit the plus sign here. Once you've hit this plus sign, you're taken to the reel screen. You can see we've already uploaded our content for this, and it's pretty short indication by this pink line at the top. And this just tells you that our reel is probably about 10 seconds or shorter. At DRP, we like the shorter reels because we understand that our clientele has a very short attention span and wants us to get to the point as quickly as possible. On this next slide, after you hit next here, you're taken to audio. And here is where you can find that trending audio that you just saved or liked from the previous slide. If you hit music, it's gonna pop up and there will be a menu for trending or saved. And if you created a reel specifically for an audio you saved, you just select that audio. The next slide is pretty important after you've got the audio on. If for some reason your reel that has background music or someone talking or whatever happens to be there, mute it. Make sure you turn this camera audio all the way down. Otherwise, you're going to have two conflicting sounds and it's going to make your reel sound really funky. Once that's done and you're satisfied with your audio and your visual, you're going to start to post it. This next step is kind of a rookie mistake and a step that most people overlook, but it's your cover. This really matters if your feed is aesthetically pleasing and on brand. You want to make sure that your cover looks good on your feed, on your grid. You can either toggle this timeline at the bottom, which is going to pull over some different imagery from the video, or add from camera roll. I chose to add from camera roll because I wanted to feature this very specific product. And you can see here, after I clicked on profile grid, it's pulling up what it would look like on the grid. And on this slide, you have to pull it up or down to make sure it fits perfectly in and it looks like what you want it to look like. Please take note here that an Instagram reel is 1080 by 1920, which means it's elongated. An Instagram feed post, even if it's a reel, is 1080 by 1080, and that's all your end consumer is going to see on your grid. So please, rookie mistake, but make sure you're always looking at your profile grid too to make sure you're not cutting faces off, it's not an awkward angle, and it looks good on your feed. The next step is adding that caption. So once you click done here, you're taken back to this new reel screen, and this is where you're going to add your short and sweet and to the point caption. In terms of hashtags, I know there's conflicting reports on whether to put the hashtags in the caption or as a second comment. It doesn't matter. You just need to have the hashtags somewhere on the post. And then finally, congratulations, you created your reel and we are ready to go live. I've toggled this box to share on feed because I've taken the time to make sure it looks good on my feed, and that's what I want my feed to look like. If you are just creating, say you created 10 reels and 5 of them you want to go on the feed, the other 5 you don't, it's still going to show up on your reels category on your profile, but it's not going to show on your grid. And it doesn't, yes, it makes your feed look good, but if you're just posting reels to your reels tab, that's okay too, because you're still going to get the reach and engagement you want. You're just not overwhelming your actual profile feed. Now, after all of that, after we pretty much emphasize that you need reels in 2023 to stay relevant on Instagram, Chyna, do you think reels are right for everyone on this call today?
150%. Take our word for it.
Yes, yes, yes. Are reels right for your brand? Yes, they are. Even there's a trend going around right now. If you don't have the video content currently on your camera roll, there's a trend where you just post the static image, but the copy moves on that image and it's automatically a video and a reel. A little way around the algorithm. But all Facebook or Instagram sees is, oh, this is a video, this is a reel. I'm going to show it to everybody. So with that being said, brands can no longer rely on static images or carousel posts alone to build a following. Yes, you can still use them if you need them, but reels are highly recommended. And if you're new to reels, digital agencies like Digital Retail Partners are a great resource to kick off that content strategy, or just have a session with us so we can help brainstorm your content and how you can utilize reels and your brand to the next level. Thank you so much. I believe it's time to open it up to questions.
Yeah.
Two of you? Just yeah, thank you.
Chyna, New York City.
I just have a quick question, kind of like right off the bat. Do you recommend creating the reels on your phone, or would you rather do it on the computer? If it's easier, like what do you think is easier and produces a better result?
Do you,
Better
if you have Apple devices, it's easier either way because you can quickly airdrop content from one device to the other.
Yeah.
That's if you have Apple products. If you don't, I would just honestly create it on your phone. Canva has a mobile app that makes it pretty easy to get in there and edit content.
But
So
if
does
you feel you're more comfortable using a computer, you can also take I would definitely suggest recording on your phone, but you could also upload to your computer and we always recommend it's easiest on the phone.
On the phone.
You do both.
Okay,
And
thanks.
just to add on to that, if you're filming on your phone, make sure your phone is upright like this and not like this.
Quick question. Thank you so much. That was extremely thorough and we love that because I know a lot about this and that's why I'm here. Quick question, when you do video, would you actually suggest that you do it and save it and then put it in a reel versus just a video? Is that what you're saying?
Like,
That's where I'm
Yes, put them in a real format. Again, Instagram videos just as a post aren't going to get you the reach and following or engagement that you want when you post it as a reel, which seems crazy because you're like, they're both videos. But according to Instagram, according to the CEO, we're prioritizing reels.
yeah, and it'll pick up into a different feed. So versus
Okay.
posting a reel as a video on Facebook and posting as a reel on Facebook and posting the video as a reel on Instagram versus a regular video, very different.
Wow, that's interesting. And you would find out if you're getting engagement if you look at your Google Analytics or something. How do you figure out how your engagement is increasing?
Yeah, great question. Your Google Analytics are your website analytics. What you would do for Instagram is when I say engagement, you would get an increase in comments or likes or saves or shares. They're actually engaging with you on the platform. Do you have a business account or a personal account?
Business.
So in your business account, there's a handy dandy tab that shows you your analytics. If this is your Instagram account, that you should automatically have a bar pop up that says professional dashboard. And that's going to pull up, my Wi-Fi is slow. That's going to pull up everything you need and it's showing you in person even better.
But I mean, a lot of people I don't think know that.
So you do professional dashboard and then? Oh, account insights?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
if you have a business account.
Yeah.
Can I ask 2 questions?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
So Emily and Chyna, thank you. So I asked Chyna this question when we walked in. I'll post a reel and get thousands of views. And then I'll post a reel and get like 500 views. So what's the deal with that?
I've
Is
used
it
this,
time?
so I've used this analogy before. When you're posting reels, I think of it as a slot machine. You keep pulling that lever, you keep posting the images, and eventually one of them is going to hit.
Okay.
And the deal with Instagram Reels is when it's looking at your video and it measures the time watched. So if you post your reel and the first 30 people it shows it to, they skip right over it, Instagram's saying, okay, this isn't a very good reel. We're not going to show it to any more people. But if you post your reel and the first 30 people stay on for 5 to 10 seconds to watch what you posted, Instagram's like, okay, this is a good reel. We're going to show this to everybody.
Okay.
So first 5 to 10 seconds really matter.
Are there days of the week or times of the day that are better? From what I've noticed for myself, it seems like Sunday night, Thursday nights, or I get great engagement like from 5 o'clock on. But if I post stuff during the day, it'll be lower engagement.
If you've observed that as for your following and engagement, that's pretty accurate. If you think about how you live your life and how a normal, 9 to 5 is, people are relaxing on a Sunday night after 5 p.m. and they're most likely on their devices, looking at social media, scrolling and engaging with what they see.
Thank you.
Hi, the presentation was awesome. Thank you so much. Very helpful. And the language you used and the slides you used, it was just incredible for someone who didn't know a lot yet. So thank you so much. I have a question about, if I get inspired looking through reels myself, I often find quotes or pictures that I like. And I know in my home country, Germany, it's very, very, very dangerous to post anything that is similar to something or that is reposting something. And I'm never sure, where could I look up, what is allowed and what not? And I don't want to steal something, but if there's, for example, like a nice quote, and it doesn't say who said this quote, would I always use the quote and say credit to that person that posted it, or would I assume this is a quote that is general common? How would I?
You could do that two ways. The World Wide Web is great for this. If you hop on Google and you paste that quote in, it's going to automatically pull up any similar quotes. So if this person paraphrased or pulled it from a popular book or movie, or if it's just inspirational, you'll know pretty quickly in terms of where that quote came from. And for repurposing content or reposting content that's not yours, on Instagram, all you have to do is give credit to the original poster. So if you found that quote or a photograph that you just love and you think, oh my gosh, this is gonna look beautiful in my feed, it's on brand, it's my aesthetic, just give credit to the original poster and be honest and truthful with your followers where you found that post. In some instances, which is pretty rare, that account might message you and say, hey, I appreciate this shout out, but could you please remove this? And then you just archive the post. Don't delete it, archive it, so your Instagram still sees the engagement you received from that post.
And when you say give credit to, would I just, where would I post this? I guess I would write this photo.
So in your caption, well, one, you could tag the profile that you repurposed from, or two, in your caption, you could just put either image by or a little camera emoji with a semicolon and their handle. Pretty simple, easy way to give credit to the original content creator.
Okay, thank you so much. That was very helpful as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a tip on that point, just to elaborate a little bit further, usually most likely they're excited when other people share their content because, like you, they're trying to reach as many people as they can. And because you shared it, you're opening them up to a whole new audience.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Any other questions? We have one right there.
I've got one.
I have one. I don't know.
Oh, yes, go right ahead.
So I guess it follows along with the number of views and things. I had done a bunch of reels that I was getting 5,000, 6,000 views consistently, and for some reason only getting people in India following me. I don't know what that was all about. I was big in India for about a week. And then recently, I took a bit of a break. I was still engaging with Instagram every day, liking other people's posts, blah, 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 but I didn't post anything for a little while. And when I went back, now every time I put a reel on, I'm literally getting under 20 views. So not 20 likes, 20 views. So can you explain, like, am I being banned? Or what did I do? I'm not really sure.
It was most, oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say it was most likely your hiatus of not actually posting to your feed. I get you were engaging, that's awesome, but you still have to produce the content. And if you want to get back up there and receive a couple thousand views, hopefully not from India, one, check your
I'll take whatever I get.
Yeah, absolutely. But check your hashtags that you're using, because something might be misspelled or maybe very popular in India, or something that is picking up that traffic for you. There's a rhyme or reason why all of your content's being showed just in India. I don't think it's just in India, it's probably worldwide, but it's really popular there. And I would just say, again, post consistently. You saw the point that we made about being inconsistent in your posting. 5 to 7 times a week sounds overwhelming, sounds like a lot, but you've got to show up every day on Instagram.
Thank you.
And luckily the new Instagram story feature plays into the amount of likes that you get and how engaged you are on your social channels. So leverage both posting and posting to stories.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for today. It's awesome. So when you post a reel, should you just get off of Instagram? Or should you stay on for a certain period of time and interact? Like I've heard like mixed messages on what to do.
So here's what I would do. I would post your reel, and after you post your reel, let it live for a couple minutes and then go engage with other accounts. Not necessarily on your reel, but go make a comment on somebody's account. Go add a story reaction to someone's story and stay on and engage for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then you can get off Instagram and let it live.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's a strategy that we consider data spreading. So it's continuously engaging and making sure that you're interacting with all of your follower base, your entire follower base, so that they would be more likely to do the same with you and your brand.
Okay, that makes sense.
What's the difference between the Instagram reel and the Facebook reel? And should you do reels on Facebook too?
There is not a difference. There's a setting
Oh.
on your Instagram app. If you select it, you're going to post your reel automatically to Facebook.
Okay, it does, okay.
They're very much a connected platform. And your reel analytics, if you do choose that feature, you can see Instagram plays and Facebook plays, and it'll break it up for you.
A question about using Canva. So can you create reels in Canva, and then if you have your account linked to both Instagram and Facebook, kind of like post them to both? Does that bring the same value?
I'm not sure if you can actually schedule the post from Canva. Is that the question you're asking? Or just downloading the video?
How easy it is.
Partially, yeah, to do
schedule?
both.
I don't think Canva has scheduling capabilities, but you can
They do.
easily modify. They do.
Yeah.
I think they do in the professional, I think, was Kat talking about that, I think.
I don't know, which one more? Canva's ever changing. So it's a good platform to have, yeah.
Yeah.
To easily
If
create
you,
your real content.
Awesome.
if
So
you're
is it
in
kind of like
Canva-
as good as creating the reel in Instagram, or if you do it in Canva?
I don't think, say that again?
Is it kind of like going to, from the perspective of Instagram's, like calibration, like, is it going to rate as well if it was created in Instagram as it is in Canva, or the other way around? If it's created in Canva, is it going to rate as well as the, reel that is created in Instagram?
Yes. The answer is yes. I would want to double check. I know you can schedule posts via Canva now. I'm not sure if scheduling reels is a feature. It hasn't been a feature on most of the popular scheduling tools, so it might not be. But again, you can, I just typed in reel and it pulled up.
Some platforms are changing to compensate that, but generally you would have to manually post reels given the file size, and if it ends and MOV versus MP4. So there are a number of things that might go into that.
All right, we had a question come through the chat. Chelsea wants to know, is it very horrible to take a purposeful vacation break for even 2 weeks?
For social media?
If you, that's a great question. I don't recommend a vacation break. If you can schedule your content ahead of time, please do. Please do.
Yeah. So can you both discuss bonuses? Because I have been paid on reels, but then I don't know if it's consistent, or I noticed one time on my PayPal account, some money had slid in from Meta, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. So.
So Meta has,
Capitalize on that and make it happen more. That was pretty cool.
Meta has what they call a creator fund. YouTube has it as well, and YouTube just launched YouTube Shorts. And you're compensated based on the popularity and views of your videos. I believe they take it out from a monthly standpoint. So if you have 2 million views on a video in 1 month and only a couple thousand the second month, your first month is going to be a significantly higher created payout. It all goes off of views and the popularity of your video, because the more people see it, the more people are on the apps, and the greater it is for the Meta family of brands.
So do you have to do anything when you post up? Like, so, or no, it just, because I signed up for it once, I had to do like a W-9, I had to do a whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
so.
You might,
Okay.
because it's a new year, you might see if you've got to submit a new W-9 for tax
Okay.
purposes. But once you're in the program, you're in the program. You're in the creators fund.
Okay.
It's pretty nifty, and if you take a chance at YouTube, I would recommend YouTube as well.
YouTube Shorts,
YouTube Shorts,
and how long, so those same thing, 20, 30 seconds?
same thing. What you can literally put everything you've got on your Instagram Reels onto YouTube Shorts, but the SEO matters even more for your YouTube descriptions, because YouTube belongs to Google.
Okay,
Hmm.
it's a full-time job.
It is.
Yeah. But it's fun, and it's awesome, because also just a little fact that I'll share with you guys today, YouTube actually pays out more than any other social platform.
Okay.
All right, any other questions? It was such a pleasure hanging out with you all today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I know,
for
that was awesome,
joining
thank
us.
you, that was awesome.
Wonderful.
Thank
All right,
you.
y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday.
You as well.